The Star-Spangled Banner became the official national anthem in 1931. The playing of the national anthem at sporting events did not begin until 1940. Since then, all sporting events have played the national anthem before the games begin. In 2016, Colin Kaepernick decided to kneel during a preseason game, which started a national controversy. When asked about why he was taking a knee during the national anthem, Kaepernick stated he could not stand for a flag that oppressed people of color. President Trump sent out tweets stating how he felt and that players needed to stand during the anthem. Also, President Trump stated that the NFL television ratings are suffering because of the protests.
Well, I definitely feel like it affected the ratings, especially in the world of sports, in particular the NFL. Not necessarily in a negative way, but just the fact that of knowing what Colin Kaepernick, Eric Reed, and others, and the message that they were trying to convey and get across was very much construed, or others may have simply just not cared about the message that they were trying to get across, quite honestly. And they're going to take that a certain way, and they felt as if their flag, the emblem that represents their country that they were born and raised in, the American pride that they know and love, was being disrespected. And the fact that the NFL was airing this on TV, they probably felt disrespected as a portion of the nation by this. So I definitely feel like it affected the ratings in some way. However, I also feel like the ratings were affected not only because of the protest, but because of the fact that Colin Kaepernick did not have a job in the NFL this year as a quarterback.
Football is America's #1 sport, and if you have all those viewers and the national anthem, people don't feel as if it is what it's saying, then you have lost people. And for example, on Thanksgiving, I went to my aunt's house and they wasn't watching no football. So I got the remote and I turned to the football game. And she turned up on me, she like, oh no, we ain't been watching no football since Colin Kaepernick did the whole deal with him. So it definitely has an effect on the culture and America as a whole.
Not really, I really don't feel like it did. I feel like that had nothing to do with the ratings. Ratings were probably already going down because of the way they were changing the game and too many rules. So really the protest didn't have nothing to do with the ratings.
I felt like players did the right thing by stepping up because it is injustice going on in the world. So I felt like they put it in their hands because they have the fan base for people to actually look at them and know that things are going wrong in the world. The ratings were down, yeah, but it was for a good cause. Maybe people didn't like the way the players were handling things, but like I said, things are getting out of control in the world, and the NFL is predominantly black, so you expect that from leaders to step up.
People automatically assume Colin Kaepernick was being disrespectful to the flag when in fact he wasn't. Kaepernick consulted Green Barrett, a United States veteran, on the best way to protest, and they came up with taking a knee.
That is the freedom that we went overseas and all the other wars in the past we fought for, is your freedom to speak and have your own opinion, freedom to choose, freedom of choice, and freedom to protest and speak out. And that's the whole purpose of being a United States citizen. If you were in other countries, you would know what it is to be suppressed and oppressed.
I believe that when it comes to freedom, that we all have the opportunity to exercise our freedom of speech, and certainly the grievances that Colin Kaepernick first brought forward, which was police brutality against African-American males that wasn't being recognized. He picked the perfect platform to get America's attention. And kneeling, by the way, has always been considered a reverent act, whether it's been somebody praying or someone kneeling before a throne. It's always been an act of reverence, so the idea that it's disrespectful is a little bit ludicrous.
This isn't the first time the national anthem has been protested. In the 1968 Olympic Games, Tony Smith and John Carlos raised the Black Power fist during the anthem. In 1996, the NBA suspended Denver Nuggets Mohamed Abdul-Rauf for his actions during the anthem. Not only did the protests take place in the NFL, it caught wind and took place nationally.
I felt like it was important at the time just to signify that I have a voice as well, and just to speak up on the injustice that was going on. You know, this was at the time of Trayvon Martin and all the police shootings, and you just had to step up and just say like, hey, I agree, like this is getting out of control and we do need to make a stance, and this is my platform as being a Savannah State cheerleader, and this is my way of protesting. As a whole, it kind of just made people wake up more than anything. We're still doing the marches and we're still, you know, trying to speak our voices and stuff like that, but it's slowly making progress, I feel like.
I think some things got accomplished actually, because it did bring awareness to police violence and things of that nature as well. Also, I think it brought a lot of people together, and I think what surprised everybody was that it was an athlete who decided to step up and take this kind of stand, not just a regular person or a congressman or something like that. So I think that also plays into it as well, on who the person was that brought the attention to it.
I believe it's been good for the African American community because it's one of the leading causes that's helping bring back that pro-blackness pride that was there in the late 60s when you had the civil rights movement at its height, when you had the NAACP still running at its height, and you had groups such as the Black Panthers running at their height. We had since to have lost just that, I'm not going to use the word entitlement because that's the wrong thing to use, but just that sense of our heritage and our pride. And we had really became late. And what Colin Kaepernick has really done is, you see rappers like J. Cole, you see basketball players and just athletes in general like LeBron James and others. And I'll even put Cardi B in there because she's been a huge advocate for Colin Kaepernick as well. Especially when she went on an award show last year and said that she was not watching the NFL. And she said to Colin Kaepernick, you took a stand for us, so now we're taking a stand for you. They have stood up and they have talked about social issues. LeBron James has been talking about these for years anyway, but now you're starting to see more entertainers use their platform for bringing awareness to social issues and bringing the black community back together and not letting it all be about me, especially in a world and a time where everything goes around money.
The protests affected society by bringing people that have no idea of what freedom of choice, freedom to speak, and your freedom of liberty here in the United States. They only think that you're supposed to honor the flag, but honoring the flag is by having freedom to choose and freedom to speak out and freedom to protest. That's the whole objective and the whole idea behind the United States flags and the United States Constitution.
Kaepernick and this protest has had a huge impact on society.